Hello guys, welcome again for this video. We are basically, as promised, we're gonna do part 2 of the financial aid process, which is filling the CSS profile. As I already promised you guys, I said we're gonna walk through the entire thing from start to end to show you guys that it was really not that hard. Once again, just in the part 1, I advise you guys to have some documents ready and just have them ready. Once you have them ready, we're going to walk through exactly how to fill a sample one. There might be some edge case scenarios, but once the truth of filling this is for 2 reasons. If you can fill the CSS profile, which is basically probably going to be the longest financial aid form you're going to fill, any other form thereafter is going to be super easy to fill, and they're probably going to have very same questions from the CSS profile itself or something very similar. So once we're filling, don't just fill it for filling's sake. Keep track and note of the exact questions they're asking, because the other forms such as the ISFAA, the Certificate of Finances, all those other forms might have very similar, in fact, probably the same question. So all the questions, really keep note of the question, understand what the question means. We'll try and break them down, and also the values you're putting in there, because some of them will be easily transferable, which is why we're going through the entire CSS profile. And I know for different people, it will be a different case-to-case basis. But if we will try and cover as many as we can, or talk about it. If we cannot, always email and reach out to us, put in the comment section, or just reach out to us, at ghprepscholar@gmail.com. And we'll be able to help you with your case, pretty much answer your questions for you, or help you. But we're going to walk through the entire process, so at the end of this video, you should be able to confidently look at yours and do it. There are 2 scenarios. The best scenario is to actually be able to sit down with one of your parents and probably walk through the entire process with whichever parent of yours knows more about the finances of the house. Sit down with that parent and do it. Get your documents ready, and also your conversion, your city to dollar converter, which you can find it on Google or something like that. So that's what we're going to do. And for this one, as I said, we're currently in 2022, but we're assuming we're going to be applying, or if we do get an offer letter from a school, we're going to be going next year. Hence, next academic year is going to be the 2023-2024 academic year, because right now is the 2022-2023 academic year. We're not going in here, we're going in here. So we would say sign into this, and we will sign in. And mind you, you would sign in with the same account to sign for your CSS your College Board profile, the same one you basically used to register for your SAT. That's exactly what you're going to be using. So, and basically they're going to send us all these informations. We agree, we accept 2023, 2024. And then we basically, at this point, all you do is that you just continue application, you start afresh. So you basically just do start section. I think it's been changed a bit, but we will go through everything, guys. They will collect basic information from us. So we'll provide all the days, all the names. So basically, I'm just gonna fill in the names pretty much. If you have a middle name, put it there, but the other required sections need to be there. Basically all the colleges you use will see it as well. Your phone number, you can put it there. I don't want to put I'll put a phone number there, why not? Okay, then email address, you put the one you use for your Common App. Honestly, your Common App, your College Board, and they should all be the same, so it's honestly, so they're all the same. So your date of birth, I'll be just putting the values there. Honestly, I didn't want it to be the same thing, but I'll just do let's say okay, then we can do 20th, then we can do 2000. Pretty much we can do this. We're single, never married, and then we'll continue. They're basically collecting information from us. Citizenship status, we are other. And then I think in most of your cases, it will be Ghana, where you're currently living. And so, yes. But if you are a citizen, put it there. But I think for most of you, you'll be non-citizens. select the country of citizenship on your I-20 or DS 2019 or the citizenship on your passport. Basically Ghana. So select Ghana again. And then your visa type you'll be applying for F1 student visa. So you save and continue. And so Philip has legal dependents. Do you take care of anybody? Most of you will be no. Like, you don't take care of anybody. You probably don't. Like, I don't even know. Yeah, so pretty much it. And then your address, you can put your address there. Honestly, you can just put whatever address you want. You can just put like HSC University's address there. And then I'll just put I'll just say, let's say 1 University Avenue. I'll just say off Berikuso Road, pretty much Accra. I'll just put Accra there. I'll put Ghana. I'll put your address there. If it's a block D, plot days, whatever, I'll put it there. Zip code is normally not necessary, but if they put an asterisk or when it's necessary, just put 00233 there. Basically, it works out that way. And then your College Board financial aid ID is used to match your application data. We don't have one yet, so you don't put it there. You don't need to put it there yet. You don't have one yet. You might have one after you fill this application. You might get it through your email, but it's okay if you don't put it there. Honestly, it's okay. Or you might have one when you go back to your dashboard or whatever. We will show you. Like, I'll show you where to put it in. But the thing is that you can just save and continue, and you can always come back to the application at this part to come and fill it, So we can just do save and continue for now. You don't have to fill it. So pretty much, so this is just, this. You can just continue. And then we'll ask about your parents. So they're just going to basically ask. So if you have two parents, one's name, pretty much just put your parents' name there. I'm just gonna put both my names there, and I'll just say father. If your parents there, just put deceased there, but mine is not, so I'll just say this, update, and then basically I just do the same thing for your mom. Put it there. I'll just put both my names there, and then I'll just put mother, but put your actual parents there and just update parent 2. And then okay, save and continue. What is a married? They're married. Most of them probably married, like a Ghanaian system. Yeah, a few of you are probably gonna have divorced or whatever, but yeah, my parents both live in Ghana, so I'm just gonna put that one there. So we're going through everything, guys. So yeah, I think what is your grade level for 2022-2023 academic year? That's for this year. So I'm imagining if most of you are probably going to be done with school and like applying. So in the typical process of for what I did, I put that I was not in school. Like, I'm done with school. Like, I'm taking a gap year, so not in school. But if you're still in your final year and you're applying, like, let's say you're now about to write a WASI and you're applying, you can just put you are in 12th grade, which is your final year of high school. But most of you are going to be 12th grade or not in school. That's like, you're not in university yet and you're still doing. Yeah, because I mean, if you're already in university, quote unquote, if you're already in university, you cannot be applying to go to undergrad unless you're doing a transfer program. But honestly, for literally 99% of you, is going to be either 12th grade or not in school, per the case. If you don't understand, like, just reach out, we'll explain the process. So, but pretty much, it's not in school, like, you're done with school, you're not in universities as well, you're in a gap year. So, yeah, we'll ask you about 20. Yeah, so for this one, the program you want to apply to, remember now, Common App we selected, if you go back in the previous video, one of the schools we selected was Minerva. You can search whichever schools you're interested in applying to for the program. You can just search by the name. I just put Minerva University there and see, like, my school that I'm at right now. Let's see if it's there. And so whichever schools you're applying to on Common App, you can just search their CSS profile code number. Just Google it, the name of the university and their code number, and it will basically just come 6033. So I'm searching for it. It should come Minerva University. Yeah, University. I don't know why I didn't come at first. So yeah, just select Minerva University, and then whatever. I just save and continue. I don't know. Hopefully, yeah, you just tell us more. Yeah, so each of the schools you're applying to, you just put them there. You keep selecting. So I just selected one of them. You can select as many as you want, the ones you're applying to Obviously, as I said, all these schools, there's a process to actually ask them for a CSS code to actually pay after you're done filling the whole application. But if not, and just go through each of them, ask them, some of them will ask you to fill the ISFAA, which will be very similar to this. I've already showed you guys how it looked like, or something similar. But like, we'll go through it. We're going through it typical way. So like, if I was going to go to the school for the next year, which was the 2023-2024, I'd be a first year undergraduate, something like this. And then obviously the school had given me an ID. Most of us won't have an ID. Like, some of you have an ID. The assigned ID would basically be after you submitted your application through Common App. Most of these schools would send you an invitation link to actually have like your own portal, as I've explained, on their site. And that portal will basically show all the documents you have and everything. But on that portal, normally for most of these schools, they will give you an ID. And that ID, normally the reason why they give you that ID is so that just in case you need to email them or reach out to them in your email, you also put that ID at the subject heading of your email so that they can know exactly which student is reaching out to them. Or sometimes when you're submitting a document to them, they can just put that document per that ID. Do you get it? So if sometimes you check on your portal, you have an ID, or sometimes in the email of them inviting you, you'll be given an ID. So if that's the case, sure. But normally you don't need the ID. If that's why it's if not, so it's not required. So housing plans, most of you, if you're trying to get scholarship, financial aid probably on campus, and depending on what you selected on Common App, whether you selected early decision, regular decision, whatever, probably I'll just select regular decision and I'll update pretty much, and then I'll just say we continue, and then it's important to know the currency we'll be using. Just safe to say we'll be using Ghanaian cedi, so you can just, I think you can use dollar, but I think it's just better if you use Ghanaian cedi because it's just easier. You have all your monies. I think almost of your documents will have it for your bank statement, your parents' bank statements and tax returns will all be in that. But for the ISFAA and other documents they might be always careful with the currency they want you to write your values in. For the CSS, they give you the chance to do it in whatever you want, and they'll convert it for the schools. But for the ISFAA and the rest, because you're filling it on paper and you're emailing it, you have to actually do it in dollars. Most of the other documents will require you have it in dollars, so you do that. So we'll collect information about parents. So tell us more about Philip. That's parent 1. I'll just say 10, and I'll just say 20, and I'll just say 1970, and then the email address. Just use your parent email address if they have it, but I'll probably just use ghprepscholar@gmail.com, and the highest level of education your parent completed. You can just say college or beyond, wherever, and then you can save and continue. And then parent number 2, same thing, 10, 20, something like 1970, honestly, and then you can use the same thing. Highest level. Let's say your mom never went to school, other unknown, or let's say your mom just finished. Yeah, whatever. Just put it there. Just put it there, and we just continue. Yep. Just say parents federal this. Did your parents file a federal tax return for this? Yes. What if my parents? Yes. Okay. Exactly. Completed. So for 2021, so right now we're in 2022, so they always will ask for 2021, which is why I told you guys to fill for 2020, get your parents' tax returns. They normally will not ask for 2022, they will ask for 2021, the year before, because in Ghana, even for instance, you will not get your 2022 tax returns till the end of the year, so in the previous video, you can see why. So complete your tax return for 2021, you can go to continue. What type of tax returns? What this? You can just say non-US tax returns. For most of you guys, like that's what it will be. So to set up, you need your tax returns and which exactly the things I asked you guys: tax returns and wage statement. That's your pay slips, pretty much. I know I put the same names there, so it's very confusing, but it's basically they're asking for the data more, honestly. So how much did they earn from work? So now we're gonna go in the example where the example tax return. So this is where you pull out your tax return. So in this case, you see my second parent, how much did they earn from work? Just an example one. Let's say they earned 19,850 and 40. So you can just round it. Basically 19,850. So basically 19,000 850. Pretty much this one get like 41,677 for the first one. Let's say the father got this, the mother got this, and then you basically just do save and continue, and then basically enter the phone in the whatever blah blah blah. Yeah, and then you're continuing. Total compensation from employers. Yes, so basically the compensation, which is probably going to be both of them. So basically I think I'm just going to add the 19,000 I did and then the 41,000, which is on 527. I'm just doing the calculations here for the two of them, like the two payments for me. And basically the reason I'm doing this is because that's all the payment they got. Like, let's say I'm based on that, I'm just saying that both parents work for the employer and that's the only kind of income they make. They don't have any other thing. If they have any other assets and everything that's on their tax returns, put it there. So that's pretty much it. Interest in a savings account or certificate of deposit. Interest is money earned by deposited funds such as a savings account. Include both tax interest income. In this place, you can either put 0 there or like ignore it if you're not really sure. So most of these things I just ignore them. Like, or you can put zeros there, but like ignoring them is basically the equivalent of zeros. Net income from businesses or partnerships, just 0. From this, from farms, my parent, like they don't have any of them, so I just leave anything there, which is basically, oh, okay. So if they ask this, then I just put 0 there, because then if they don't have it, I just ignore it. So pretty much that. Other taxable income, you can say, okay, other taxable income, if they have any unemployment benefits, but most of you it will be 0, so you just ignore it. Or pension, retirement distribution, you can put 0 there, because normally, like, if your parents have not retired yet, or you check on your because this is pension, retirement distributions received. They've not received anything yet, because like my parents have not retired yet, so I didn't put anything there. But your parents have retired, your parents or your dad can tell you how much they receive per month, and they multiply by 12 to know how much they receive per year. So totally dependent on you guys. So yeah, I just leave them empty, honestly. So taxes that they paid. So for your parents, it's just pretty much a matter of knowing taxes. So once again, we just go back to your tax return forms. You know, this is just for the one of the parents, so it's 3052.32. So you just need to know for the other parents. So you go to the other parents' tax return form, get their total tax for the year, and add the two of them. So when you add the two of them, it will give you an idea of how much in taxes. Let's say it's like 18,000 worth of taxes. Itemize the sources and amounts for the taxes. When they say this, all you can just say is that for the sources and amounts, where's the source of the tax? It's like basically annual income from work. Like if you had other ways that taxes, let's say they were taxed on some investments or they were taxed from their farms, but because I said all the income my parents make are from their work, so all the taxes are also from their work. That's it. Boom, done. In that case, okay. In 2021 for the following: alimony, amounts reported, alimony received 0. They didn't receive anything. Like if they did receive, that's why you need to do your parents. But normally, if you don't know it or you don't really have your parents around and all these things are very confusing, and you don't see them on the tax return form, just say 0, because then it doesn't hurt your case. Income from other members of the household. Nobody in my household, I guess my parents are the sole contributors to the household, pretty much. So 0. Received as members of military, clergy, 0. If they do, you can put it there. Money given to them or paid on their behalf, 0. And then you can always read these things to know what to include. Other untaxed income, untaxed disability benefits, 0. Like enter the amount Philip's parents received expect to receive in 2022. So basically they're asking for the dad and mom. I know I shouldn't have put the same names there. I shouldn't have, but they're asking. So basically, I remember I used to for the mom, like if I assumed that this was 2021 was 19,000, I can say, okay, for next year maybe it will be a bit of a raise. So next year you can just say, okay, it's 19,850. You don't know how much they receive in 2022, or you actually can know how much they receive in 2022 based on their current pay slips, which is why the pay slips are important. So the pay slips will tell you how much they're being paid per month. So you can multiply that by 12 to know how much they're being paid the entire year. So that's one way you can find out. But if not, if you didn't have the pay slips on you, you can just do this by times 20 this one here, you can just round it to the next nearest like whole thing. So like I'll probably put 20,000 here, which is fine because they're basically expect to receive. So basically you can just put the first one, it could be like, let's say you could put 42,000 because the first one's around 41,000 something. That's when you can put like 20,000 here. But like you can also look at their pay slips because their pay slips will tell you how much they're receiving per month for the 2022, and then you multiply that by 12. If you remember the pay slip in the previous in the financial aid part 1 video, basically, yeah. And so other taxable income, whatever. So basically, the first one they were taxed 18,000, whatever. You can just say this time they'll probably be taxed. Other taxable income. You can just say 00 for that because like they will just be taxed on their main income. Interest, whatever, you can just put 0 there and then you just continue. Was Philip's parents 22 significantly impacted? If it was, put it there and provide details in the special circumstances section. Is always going to be the last section. You can put it there, but if you don't need to, you don't have to. For me, I'd probably say no. Like if it was, put it there. Like if it was, put it there. Like really put it there. Like do a significant income change in 2023 due to retirement laws, whatever. If you think a person about to retire, if you think all this is, put it there. Say yes and put it there. But I think for me, most cases I'll just say no. And then yeah, retirement plans, 0 again there. Phillips, so basically employed, I'd say, but that's they're asking about a dad. I should have probably put my name there. Now it's crazy. Just say so. Phillips' primary occupation, let's say policeman. So police officer, Ghana Police Service, wherever your dad works. Honestly, how many years has your dad worked there? 21 years. Ask your dad or have an estimation, honestly. But yeah, that's fine. Which retirement plan does either that plan to withdraw social security on? You can either ask your dad or other type of retirement plan. Honestly, current value of their tax retirement plan. Normally, you can ask your parents for it, or you can see it on their payslip. Like the payslip that I showed you guys, it showed their retirement plan, however much they were getting there, or however much they have. Tax deferred after retirement saving plan. Basically, like however much they have in their savings for retirement, which is basically their social security contributions and whatever. So you can basically calculate that because it will be on your parents' payslip. At least with the one I showed you guys, it's there. You can find it. But or you can ask your parents, honestly, or you can estimate, like just pretty much estimate. Or ask them basically how much per month are they deducted. This is the question you should ask them. How much per month are they deducted on their pay? And it always shows on their pay slip, like however much they are deducted for social security contributions. That amount they are deducted. Put that amount times the number of months they've ever worked at that company. That should tell you that however much is in there. So I think you can put the number there. So I probably could just say 9,500 in this case. And then that's the mom's status to say employed by others, and then occupation, let's say she's a teacher, she works at a certain high school, or you can just say Ghana Education Service. Honestly, she has also worked there for, let's say, 15 years, and then put it there. Other type of plan, mostly this is the best one because they're either all 5,500 pretty much, however much is in there. So yep, I think your permanent address and the parents' permanent address are the same, so I'll just say yes because we live in the same house. The address. No, we rent home. If they own the home, they can put it there, get prepared by or provided by employer, whatever. But if we rent the home, we rent the home. Honestly, I think most of you can go with that option or own the home, put the details there. But I'm probably just gonna say rent the home, and then however much they pay in monthly housing, you just can put. But now, as I keep saying, make sure the numbers you are putting in there are coinciding. Now, as I said, I'm pausing because this is very important. Now, the amount you put in there, now you said, because everything has to make sense in the end. Now, based on everything I said, or the parents I put in here are making like about 60,000 Ghana cedis a year. They are being taxed 18,000 Ghana cedis. which is basically, that means that they are being left with about 42,000 Ghana cedis ish. Every other information you put from here onwards, you are supposed to now deduct it from the 42,000 to make sure that everything makes sense in the end. Do you get it? So that's however much they spend on rent, however much they spend on all you and your siblings or the dependent school fees or education, how much they spend on utilities, clothing, food, entertainment, all of that, transport. So make sure the numbers make sense. As long as the numbers make sense and enough money too, that would also make sense for the amount of money in their bank accounts, because you're also going to probably be submitting your bank statements to some schools, because they'll ask you, okay, how much do your parents have in savings or something like that. So just make sure that all the numbers you put in, by the time you add everything together, they add up to the 42,000 ish. So just be very mindful of that. Yeah. This one you can ask your parents, or I think most of you will know by now, have an estimate of how much they're probably paying in rent if they're doing rent. So in this case, I don't know how much they're doing rent. Honestly, I can just put like 650 there, or yeah, 650 a month. This is per month. Every other thing is a year, but normally this is per month. So so far we know it consists of. So we asked about other people such as siblings. So you put in your siblings. Provide information for everyone other than Philip and their parents who live in the student's household. So our dependent, let's say you have siblings, obviously. Most of you probably have. So, okay, we'll call this Philip. We'll call it Philippa, honestly. Yeah, just so it's different. So, 10, again, 20, and then we have 2002. Honestly, whatever. And then we'll just say sibling. We just have a sister. So pretty much add how many ever siblings you have. I think maximum they allow you to add up to 4 or 5. So just add. Yeah. Okay, tell us more. For 2020, whatever grade your sibling is going to be in, just put it there. Let's say your sibling is going to be in, if they're already done with college, you can put it there. Normally it's going to be all the way there. But let's say my sister is going to be in 10th grade here, and this place is going to be in 11th grade, which makes sense. I'll put it there, and then continue. Okay, is Philippa attending now? It's just a public one. Yeah, public one. Yeah, not private. Yep, child support. Nope. Nope. We don't do child support. There's nothing like a divorce here yet. Yep. Now that's where just have any medical not covered by insurance. So you can just say you had some, let's say, whatever medical, because I think Ghana, the NHIS, let's be very honest, is a very weak one. You spend like 5,950 on medical stuff like pills, everything. In 2020, around 6,100 cedis. It'll probably go up a bit, sure. And then check. I mean, yeah, let it just make sense. And then, do Philip's parents have the following expenses: repayment of loan debt, college, repayment of loan debt, alimony? No, pretty much. We don't have any of this. So now this is the important stuff. So let's say utility. As I said, make sure everything adds up. Because if things are not adding up, it will be crazy. In the end, we will do a subtraction of everything to make sure that we'll show you that everything added up. But you guys can start doing the adding up and everything to know that we didn't make this. So you know utility, you guys, your family, you can say that. I'm just putting that. Let's say food, clothing for everybody. Let's say you put like 3,744. Household necessities, so 3,441. All my then transportation to and from work, 8,200. And then other expenses here, you can just put it there, and then basically you can just say, okay, that makes sense. Why is this other expense there? So basically, that's why you can just say expenses for siblings, honestly, and then you can just save and continue. Cash savings checking. So this is where you pick your parents' bank account statement, as I said. So you pick your parents' bank account statement, pick both of them, add them both together, and it will tell you have like 13,000 in there. They have investments. If they do, sure. Real estate, yeah, put it there. Farm, put it there if it's there, honestly, and put the value of there, how much they make on it. The asset holding it. Just I say, most of these things, if you really don't know about it, or it's just gonna be confusing, my best advice is just to put no there. For instance, you can come back and change, but it's always just to yeah. No, not filed, not required to file. I like in that most of you are probably not going to be working. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, how much did Philip earn in 2021? 0, because I'm not working. 0. I'm not even. I can't even just save and continue. I don't even fill it here. So, yep. Financial aid, no, because I just finished with high school, so I'm not done there yet. On tax, all these things I'm probably just gonna leave it because like there's nothing to fill here. It's required. Expected earnings summer 2023. I would just probably say 0. I'd say 0. I'd say 0. I always say 0. Like I know say 0 is because like like I'm the thing is you're going to the US as a student. So for the purposes of it, I don't even put any monies there because they're trying to estimate and give you financial aid. So I don't even put it there. And in the eyes of the US government, you're going to the US just to study and come back. You're not going to work, make money, or do anything. So I don't even try and give them a reason not to or complicate anything. How much do you expect that your parents will help? However much in Ghanaian city you think your parents will be willing to fund for you for every year. So I think here, let's say you can put, let's say 7,000 Ghana cedis. So you can say, okay, 7,000 Ghana cedis. You spend 7,000 scholarship grants. Yeah, I just say 0 because I don't have employers benefits, tuition benefits. That will help pay. If you do have some, put it there. But I really don't have any, so I just put 0. For government, I don't receive. The Ghana government won't give me any money. So agencies, if you do have agencies that will give you money, sure, put them there. Tuition benefits, no. I'm not receiving any tuition benefits yet. Yes, so most of them you'd probably just say your parents' income or saving will help you pay your flight tickets to go there. What kind of assets do I own? I don't own any assets. I don't own any assets. Like here, how much do I have in cash? I probably have 0, so I just say 0. I don't even have a bank account when I was leaving Ghana. I probably did a Momo or something about it. I just say no because I don't have any retirement assets. Yeah, so that have impacted your family. So if you have any of them that impacted your family, put it there. But honestly, I just say no, none. And then see everything is answered. Section, everything done. See, like I want you guys to always know this is super easy, and then we can review it. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So we review the information just to make sure that everything is right, everything in there, everything makes sense. We save and continue. We put everything there. We save and continue. We put everything there. We save and continue. We put everything there. We save and continue. Do you add the other schools that you have to add in there? So now we'll do the addition and subtraction just to make sure that the monies make sense. Okay. So guys, we will make sure the monies make sense. So basically we said 61,527, right? So 61,527. Now we will do all the deductions. So that's 61,527 here. So I'm just gonna put like 61,527. Really, pretty much this. So perfect, right? And so 61,527, and then any other thing. So minus 18,000. So we're left with 43,527. Then we'll do another minus, and then if we have any other deductions, we're gonna deduce. So yeah, whatever. This was for the future ones, and then no. Then we're just gonna be saving and continue just to make sure that we have everything. This is basically the tax return thing, so it's not even touched. All of these ones are not even touched. So we just yep, monthly housing. So 650 times 12, basically 650 times 12. I'm just doing it. So 7,800. So we'll basically also subtract 7,800 here for rent. So we're left with 35. Okay, guys. See, so we're making sure everything makes sense, So we make sure everything makes sense. Any monies we see, basically they paid 5,950. So basically minus 5,950 for 2029. This one was for 2022, like this year. We've not yet done it yet. So now we subtract everything. So minus 5281 minus 5281 minus 5102. See, everything is going down exactly. So minus 3744 minus 3441. See, things are going down. Yep, minus 3500. Okay, so 12209. So we have 12209 minus. So you see, now we have 12209. Now you see, that's where the problem comes from now, because now we have 12209, and now we selected transportation to be 3,500 and other expenses to be basically 10,020. So 10,020 for a public high school kid is a bit too much of education expenses given the income. So this is an example of something I said. So pretty much transportation, you can like make sure your transportation makes sense. Obviously, like you guys we don't probably factor for this, but the expenses here you can probably just so like both education expenses and transportation could be just 10,020. You see, in that case, you need to edit the section here, and then you basically just make sure that in here you have it to be, let's see, if you have it to be 3,500, you can have this one to be 0, something like this. Yep. And so you're done. Yep. And so basically you're just in the sections, and then you're done, and then you review the application. So you see, so exactly. And so we're left with basically just this. We're left with 2189. Now, it makes sense to have current amount in this to be 13,000, which is more than 2189, because obviously what we're trying to say is that even though we have 13,000 in there, we're just saying we're just left with 2189. This is just for this year, but maybe the amount of money in my parents' bank account have been money that has been accrued for over the years. You get it? So over all the years in the past, because obviously it's not that they just had a bank account like just this year. This is just the amount of money left they can use for savings this year, but they probably have 13,000 in their account based on their bank statement. So exactly. So you see, now everything makes sense. The numbers all hit. So that's it. You need to make sure your numbers hit, like exactly what we just did. But as long as they hit and they just make sense like this, so I'll just say this, and then I'll just say this. Yep. Yeah, and then you can just hit save and continue. You've been given your financial aid ID. So now you can go back into your application and put it in there. But now with your colleges and programs, you can basically just select, you can continue your application and go and select the other schools at that school section, and basically just select way less than an hour. We're done filling the application. And trust me, every other one like this would have something very similar. So guys, this is it. This is literally the end. And once you get to this page, you can, if you guys want me to make videos of how you can actually write template emails to the school's admissions to ask for waivers, to ask for ISFAA forms rather, or really ask for how to like actually build communication with like admissions, to actually ask for information, get information, reach out, answer their questions they may have, all those things. Let me tell you, you are almost there. Once you can fill this, you are done. See how easy it is? I've not done this in a while now, because as I said, I'm my final year of college, so you can imagine when I had to do this, but I can remember this like yesterday. It's really easy, guys. But hey, let's do it together. Have any questions, let me know. Hit the comment chat, ask at ghprepscholar@gmail.com, and let us know. But hey, all the best, guys.